This is page 49. Please use headphones. So, what we're doing here is order of operations. So order of operations, perform multiplication and division first, and then work left to right. So remember the acronym. Let's change the size of this. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So like it says here, perform multiplication and division first, and then perform addition and subtraction after that. But then multiplication and division, you need to work left to right. And the same is true for addition and subtraction. Work left to right. So this problem here gives multiplication. And Hannah made 4 withdrawals of $20 from her checking account. So there's the multiplication. She also wrote a check for $2.15, so there's the subtraction. So the multiplication shows up right here. And the addition subtraction shows up right here. Alright. Reggie lost 3 spaceships in a level 3 of a video game. He lost 30 bonus points for each spaceship. When he completed a level, he earned a bonus of 200 points. By how much did his score change? So we have multiplication right here. 3 groups of losing 30, and then here is addition subtraction, bonus of 200. So put in the multiplication. 3 times negative 30 plus 200. Multiply first. So you get 3 times 30 is negative 90 plus 200 equals 110. So simplify this thing right here. Remember, multiply first. Multiply first. And then do addition subtraction. Six times 13 . 78, so negative 78 minus 21 equals negative 99. Using negative integers to represent quantities, you can use positive and negative integers to solve problems involving amounts that increase or decrease. Sometimes you may need to use more than one operation. So here, 3 brothers each have their own savings. They borrow 72, so that's negative, from their parents for concert tickets. Each brother must pay back an equal share of this amount. Also, the youngest brother owes his parents $15. By how much will the youngest brother's savings change after he pays his parents? So first do the division. And then you need to combine there as well. Suppose there are 4 brothers in example 2. How much would the youngest brother need to pay? So there's $72, and then divide that by 4, and then add the negative 15. 72 divided by 4. Okay, so it would be negative 18 plus negative 15. The younger brother would owe 33. If there were 4 brothers. Okay, multiplication and division first, and then addition and subtraction next. Divide here first, divide here first, divide here first, divide here first, then do your addition or your subtraction. Negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2. Plus 2 is 0. 87 divided by 3 looks like 29. 29. Again, negative divided by a negative is a positive. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. 29 minus 9 is 20. Negative divided by a positive. Positive divided by a negative is a negative. So it's going to be negative 8 plus 30. That's going to be 22. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. Negative 13 minus 15 is negative 28. Comparing values of expressions. Often problem situations require making comparisons between two values. Use integer operations to calculate values, then compare the values. So here we've got Jill and Tony. Jill and Tony. So Jill moves farther back. So read that and think about it. Jill and Tony play a board game in which they move counters along a board. Jill moves her counter back 3. So here's the back 3. That's right here. 4 times. So that's multiplication. And then moves her counter forward 6 spaces. That's the addition. The same is true for Tony. Do multiplication first, then do addition. Let's look at these problems here. So we've got Amber. Amber and Will are in line together. Amber moves back by 3 places 3 times. She moves back by 3 times. So that's our multiplication. Then she's invited up to move 5 places in line, so that is our addition, plus 5. And now look at Will. Will moved back 4 places twice. Then moved up 3 places, plus 3. Again, we have multiplication. Do that first, and then you have addition, subtraction right here. overall, who moved further back in line? So let's solve. That's negative 9 plus 5. That's Amber is negative 4. And Will, negative 8 plus 3. That's negative 5. So Will moved more. Evaluate each expression. Circle the expression with the greater value. Remember, work multiplication and division first, and then work addition and subtraction next. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Minus 2 is negative 7. Negative 28 divided by 4 is negative 7. Plus 1 is negative 6. So this one here is greater. This one has the greater value. Let's look at these next two. Do division first here and here. 42 divided by 3 is going to be, let's check, 42 divided by 3. Looks like 14, but it'll be negative 14. Hold on. Negative 14 minus 2 is negative 16. And then 42, oh, I did that on the wrong problem. Let me fix that. Negative 14 plus 9, that's going to be negative 5. 36 divided by 9, that's going to be negative 4 minus 2, and that's going to be negative 6. So this one here has the greater value. Even though 5 is not big, it's bigger than negative 6. So here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's negative 5. Here's negative 6. So negative 5 is greater than negative 6.